Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
IELTS writing samples.
The table below shows daily oil production in 4 countries from 2000 to 2004. The table illustrates the daily oil production in barrels for 4 countries, Nigeria, Chad, Congo, and Somalia, during the period from 2000 to 2004. The table clearly indicates a noticeable rise in daily oil production, particularly with Chad showing the most substantial increase, whereas the figures for Congo witnessed a significant decrease. The daily oil production in Chad commenced at 0 barrels per day, BPD, in 2005 and subsequently rose to 50,000 BPD by 2004. Conversely, there is a contrasting trend in Congo, where the figures decreased from 275,000 barrels per day in 2000 to 203,000 barrels per day in 2004. In 2000, Somalia's daily oil production stood at 5,000 barrels, experienced a significant increase to 50,000 BPD by 2004. Nigeria, on the other hand, recorded a daily production of 205,000 barrels in 2000, followed by a decline to 190,000 BPD in 2002, and eventually an upturn to 213,000 BPD in 2004.
The table below shows daily oil production in 4 countries from 2000 to 2004. The provided table outlines the daily oil production in barrels for 4 countries, Nigeria, Chad, Congo and Somalia, spanning the years 2000 to 2004. The table makes it clear that there has been a marked increase in daily oil production, with Chad witnessing the most significant growth, while the figures for Congo notably decreased. The daily oil production in Chad began at 0 barrels per day, BPD, in 2005, and subsequently increased to 50,000 BPD by 2004. In contrast, there is an opposing trend in Congo, where the daily production numbers declined from 275,000 barrels per day in 2000 to 203,000 barrels per day in 2004. In 2000, Somalia began with a daily oil production of 5,000 barrels, which then witnessed a significant increase to 50,000 BPD by 2004. Meanwhile, Nigeria's daily output started at 205,000 barrels in 2000, experienced a decline to 190,000 BPD in 2002, and eventually rose to 213,000 BPD by 2004.
The bar chart below gives information about 5 countries' spending habits of shopping on consumer goods in 2012. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. The bar chart compares consumer spending on 6 different items in 4 countries in 2012. A quick look at the graph indicates that the British spent the highest amount on purchasing these consumer goods in 2012. For console games, citizens of these 4 countries spent approximately £150,000 on average, with British people surpassing the expenditures of other nations. The spending on outdoor game accessories was nearly equivalent to the expenditure on console games. In the cosmetics category, British individuals once again surpassed their counterparts from other nations in spending, with the average expense closely aligning with that of game devices, console, and outdoor. A similar spending pattern is observed for books, where individuals from Belgium spent the least amount among the four nations. The highest expenditure among the four nations was on cameras, with British, Austrian, Spanish, and Belgian individuals spending approximately 170, 166, 156, and 145,000 pounds respectively. These nations directed a slightly smaller budget towards toys, positioning it as the second highest expenditure category.
The bar chart delineates a comparison of consumer spending on 6 different items across 4 countries in 2012. Clearly, the graph reveals that the British expended the highest amount on purchasing these consumer goods during that year. On average, citizens of these 4 countries spent approximately £150,000 on console games, with British individuals leading in expenditures compared to other nations. Expenditure on outdoor game accessories was nearly identical to that of console games. British individuals once again led in spending on cosmetics, surpassing their counterparts from other nations, and the average expenditure closely matched that of game devices, console and outdoor. This spending trend is similarly observed for books, with individuals from Belgium allocating the least amount among the 4 nations. The top expenditure among the 4 nations was in the category of cameras, with British, Austrian, Spanish and Belgian individuals spending approximately 170, 166, 156 and 145,000 pounds respectively. These nations dedicated a slightly smaller budget to toys, making it the second highest expenditure category.